Thank you, Maureen.
Welcome. All right, now without further ado. Catherine, we were hoping you could explain a little bit about the backstory of I Promise Not to Get a Tattoo and what prompted you to make it into a book.
That's good. The first thing is that I think that everyone has a story to tell. This story took me 18 years and 6 weeks to come together. I had to live my life. My son had to grow up and leave. And then I had perspective and material to work with. But going into the studio and just whipping out pages was not the process that I could do. I felt productive to just get one drawing and one thought out each day. And you'll notice in the book that drawings get smaller towards the end of the book. Wow. And so it was all I could muster, you know, to get just a small drawing out, because I was carrying grief and loss, and every day was like one step closer to separating, and that was all I could do. But I did notice that as I wrote and drew every day, that the memories from, you know, those last 18 years would surface, and then I was able to get down to another story and another story and another story. So the daily kind of practice was really important to keep it going, to keeping the momentum going. And it was actually only at the last page where, you know, I had all these pages and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got a book. I didn't think of that as, you know, a goal when I started, but by the end, I kind of went, yeah, I do have a book. And it was at that time that I thought, I need help with this. And so I went to Rory Sparks at MSpace at the time, and I said, I need your help. I need to take this raw material and make it into a book. And what I want is something that looks like a graphic novel. I didn't want it sewn. I definitely wanted the spine to be glued. I wanted letterpress though on it, front cover and spine. Yeah. And I, you know, I just wanted it to be like a nod to my son, who reads all kinds of books, from graphic novels to zines to comic books. And so I wanted it to have that kind of temper. And she was able to take it for me and put it into this form, because I was too close to the material to actually then make a book from my material. And so that's why I think that we were just kind of talking about book designers. It's really nice that you exist so that you can, you know, formalize the kind of ideas that we have, but yet they're not in a structure yet. Right. So having a book designer was really important for me. And also one of those other aha kind of moments for me came with finding my voice through this process. And the process was the combination of verbal and visual elements. And I have in the past been much more visual artist, from drawing to painting, and not much of a verbal wordsmith. And this one gave me more confidence to work with that even more. Oh, I have a voice. Oh my gosh, I can say this. And it was like it was like the drawing was like saying, oh, I want to say this.
Right.
And I went, okay, I'll write that down. And so then it was another day, it was another page, it was another drawing. And, you know, if you sit and listen
Right.
in the stillness, there's a voice that is talking.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things that I got out of this process, is that, you know, if you do it every day, something's going to happen.
Yeah. Do you find that writing is easy? Do you enjoy the writing process?
The writing process is getting easier.
Yeah.
But I did not start out feeling that the writing could come very easily at all.
Right.
You know, I think that is years of waiting, years of waiting for the writing to really kind of come through.
One of the things, sorry, Maureen, go ahead.
Jennie.
I was going to say, one of the things that Maureen and I both love about this book is the writing. It's, you know, it makes us kind of tear up when we read through it. We were laughing at points. It's just fantastic. And I love that you used that word a little bit earlier, excavation, because it really does feel like you're going down and down and down through these layers. And the writing is really emphasizing that, I think. It's a really great marriage of text and image together.
Thank you. One of the things about the writing is that I never could have written this book after I took my son to college and then try to recall, you know, oh, on that day I did this and this. So it was really important to do the writing every day.
Yeah.
How early, you know, obviously you knew your son was going to go to college, but how early in the process, with you realizing that he was going to be leaving, did you start this?
Well, it was only 6 weeks before I took him to San Francisco. Only 6 weeks.
Wow, so it was very intense period then.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It was a very intense period. You know, I mean, it was, you know, because it was such a short amount of time before he left.
Right.
You know, it was like the air was vibrating, you know, it was like you knew something was coming, but yet you know, it's kind of like now.
Right.
It's got that same intensity. So, you know, we can write on that and do something with it in our studios.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a very interesting time, and I love that your book reflects that, you know, because remind me again the year that this was written.
2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So Catherine, do you have a favorite page spread or a favorite story related to this project?
I do. I have several.
Oh, good.
Yeah. There is the one that you've kind of illustrated, you know, in the book. It's the dream one.
Yeah.
It's the dream about being on Guerrero Street.
Yeah.
And I like it because it reminds me that during that time, it was also really important to listen to what my dreams were saying.
Right.
You know, and this dream seemed to be poking fun at me, you know, like I'm hovering above this apartment in San Francisco and my son is going there. And, you know, like, you think you have this figured out? Well, no, you don't.
Right.
You're really attached, and you don't understand that on your conscious level, but on this, you know, subconscious level, you are, you know, you're still connected.
I was wondering if you could hold up the spread a little bit more.
Me?
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but more. A little bit. Once again. Hold it up.
Once
more.
again, yes.
Yeah.
Oops.
Please. Please.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Catherine, the words were written in 13, but then the pictures you've been working on.
No,
since.
no. They were all done at the same time.
Okay, I did not realize that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable.
The other one that I like too is this one in terms of
Oh, which day is
how do
that?
I let go of my son? How do I say goodbye?
Can you read the text?
Yeah,
Which day is that, Catherine?
July 18. So it's in a section where there's larger drawings.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here we go.
And what I like about this is that after reading the book again, like just a few days ago, I realized that how do I say goodbye?
Oh.
This was how I was saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And, you know, so in the process of
Wow.
doing this, I didn't know the full range of
Yeah.
what the meaning of the book was.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it was something to learn. It was something
Yeah.
to learn. And I like the drawing on this one.
Which day is that?
27 July.
That was 10 weeks, 10 days later.
Yes.
This one was on the 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oops.
I like the drawing. And I think it's kind of like, would I be a bad mother to say I'm looking forward to Rye leaving for college? You know, I think, you know, there's a full range of emotions that can come out during a time like that. And so, so I do have several favorite pages, and
Yeah, let's see those. Oh, those were the ones. I thought there was
those
more.
were the ones.
Yeah.
They were great.
Wow. So, Catherine, is Rye watching today?
I think he might be.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
What does he think about the project?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Right, if you are watching, hello from Portland. We miss you here.
Oh.
I haven't, you know, I really haven't just said, hey, Rye, what do you think about this book?
Yeah.
He would probably say, oh, that's nice. That's, you know, I'm glad you did that. You know, that's your book. He's very accepting of projects that I do.
Yeah.
And so he's an artist himself who is finding his own direction in the art world as well.
So I'm curious, because this is such an intensely personal story.
Yeah.
Did he know you were working on this project while he was preparing himself for a big change in life? Or was this something you were doing in private?
I was doing it in private. Yeah. I would just go to the studio and sit down at my desk and do the writing and do the drawing. And it wasn't something I felt like I needed to show anyone or talk about it to anyone. You know, it was recording, and I was there to record it. And so, it's like starting a book in the middle, or, you know, starting in the beginning, or wherever it is, you know, and you don't show it to anybody until you feel like it's done.
Right.
And I didn't feel like it was ready to look at until I really started working with Rory to get it more into, you know, a book kind of shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
interesting because there is a real incubation period, you know. it's like a little hatching of this thing, and you don't want to like show it too soon to the world because it might just be too much. The world might overwhelm it, you know?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to show you a project that I have on my wall behind me in a few minutes, but I have that kind of feeling like, you know, I've like asked, are you ready? Are you ready to be seen by the world or not? You know? Yeah, that's an important consideration.
Yeah. And every artist is so different with that, you know, like the timing and the growing of things. So it is. Can we see that project before we take some questions from the audience?
Yeah, well, one of the last questions we were going to ask.
Oh,
is,
yeah.
What are you working on now? What are you working on now? And are you, have you changed anything about how you're working because of the, you know, global situation we find ourselves in right now?
Yeah. Well, so I have like 3 different projects going on right now, and because of COVID-19, this is, let me see if I can see it. This is the start, possibly, of another book. So I've taken paper, you know, the cut off extra paper. And so every day there's a quote that I just write down, you know, like it's kind of like a journal, and it doesn't have to be these profound kind of statements. It only needs to be recording the ordinary of what has gone on in this period of time. And I'm going to read you a few. This one is, I gargled with salt water several times today. At least that has calmed the cough for a while. Tonight I have a slight fever, 101.5, and my hips ache. So I was sick for about a month ago. There is a virus in this country, world. The birds in my backyard don't know humans are freaked out. The birds are preparing for spring. Humans are preparing for something unknown, something invisible, something that has the potential to be deadly. We are told to isolate, practice social distancing, stay 6 feet from one another. So those are the kinds of things that I have on all of these cards. You know, it's like, they're all different, you know, and maybe this becomes a book.
And are you doing this at the same time every day, sort of as a daily practice, similar to your process with I Promise Not to Get a Tattoo, or just as they occur to you?
It's more as they occur. There are times when, like, I'm getting ready for bed and I think of something like, oh, wait, this has been going on today. So I need to go down to the studio and write it. So I have a studio in my house, and it's in the basement, and it's fortunate that, you know, it's in my house. I don't have to go out somewhere to go to the studio. So in some ways, not much has changed, except for this kind of slowness that seems to have taken on because of the virus, I think, or because of a collective sigh about what's going on. So the studio practice is kind of the same, but doing these quotes for the day are different. And they've taken me away from this project that I'm going to move my screen around so you can actually see it.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Thank
So
you.
can you explain what we're looking at
Yeah,
on the wall?
I'll try. You know, this is the rough material right now.
Okay.
This is, I have been thinking about doing a project like this for a while. And I started this in January. I started taking a class with Sarah Sentiles, and I was part of her word cave. And I said what I wanted to do was to start a timeline of my mother's life and my life. And I wanted to see where there might be points of contact or where there's similarities or not similarities.
Yeah, okay.
And so what this is doing is that it's spinning off stories and it's spinning off research in other places of people's lives,
Right.
who I either had contact with or I haven't had contact with, but yet there are stories with people I never had contact with, or yeah. And those stories somehow affect my life as well. And so because I am more of a visual person than being able to track stories just with words, I found that having all of these images here spur and give me material,
right,
and places to be able to go to.
Yeah, it's the spark, you know.
It's like retrospection exploration. You're not just going inside, but you're also going out to all of these connections.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Which I think is an interesting type of thing to be talking about because of the inside being safe and now the perceptions of the outside being dangerous.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And so
Well, and
now,
it's interesting that you mentioned just now a timeline, which usually works in a linear fashion. But usually when we think about those kinds of like imagineering or mind mapping, it starts with a kind of kernel and works its way out. So it's a really interesting like way of approaching it.
It really is.
It's different. Cool.
yeah. So like I say, I don't know if it was too soon to put this out into public or not, but you know, I feel very protective about
Right. Yeah.
you know, and honoring all of these people who are on my wall.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah. We have a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Actually, I have another question while you're reading.
Yeah.
Are we ready for people to type in their questions?
Yeah,
actually?
go ahead and we'll have people start typing in questions.
One thing I meant to ask you when we were chatting at the opening and tonight was, you've alluded to a couple of times that this was a new process for you. Had you made a book before?
Yes, I have made books before.
Okay.
But I have a small book here. This is a book with a story that, as I get it unwound, this is a story of my father.
Oh.
So it's very complicated at opening it, kind of,
Yeah.
and it's also a very complicated story as well, because I had a dream at the beginning of 1999 that said, and here's another dream, you know, it's like, your father is going to die, you need to start a journal. And so when, you know, I got this message and it said, you know, this is what you have to do. So I started writing, and I just recorded, I don't know if I recorded day by day, but then I took the information and I made it into this small book. But I didn't have any self-portraits in it at the time.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
So I think that if I had been doing self-portraits at the time, this book would be very different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very different. And it's only because I had been doing self-portraits. Well, I'll tell you the other story about getting a divorce. You know, it was like when I got a divorce, I did a painting like maybe every week in the studio. And when I did that painting, I then turned it over and I wrote down what was going on in my divorce, in my life. And I set them aside. And I was able to process the divorce through my work. And that was when I've mentioned it, that's when the verbal and the visual came together for me in a way that I've never had before. And then I had these other situations, a few other situations come up, and I've, you know, it's like, yeah, this is how to do it for me, you know,
how to respond,
be able to have this self-portrait telling a story.
I mean, it sounds like you really respond to like this intense, visceral, these experiences.
That's how I can, that's how I can process it.
So as a reminder, if people are interested in asking questions, you can go ahead and use the chat function in the lower middle, like right-hand corner, and just type in your question, and we'll take a few questions from the audience. But Catherine, there came a question about your binding style and how that came together.
I wanted it to be as, can I say, simple as possible, you know, because if a graphic novel is to be mass produced, I don't think you can really sew it that much. So, you know, they're doing glue for the spine, and that's what I wanted. And I think that there are some threads that go through the, you know, like there is a thread that's cut into, or a cut into the spine. The thread is put in there, and then it's also glued. So it does have, you know, some more support, you know, for the spine. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have other questions from our audience? Yes, no, maybe? I can feel people thinking out there. Do you have one last great story to tell us, Catherine?
Ooh,
I have a question.
Yeah.
So we were lucky to have you at the opening reception for Retro Intro.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you remember from that night that you were just like, oh man, San Francisco, I'm so glad I went there? What do you remember about the opening reception?
Well, one of the things that was funny for me was that from our hotel, we took Bart.
You're laughing already. I love it.
Yeah, we took Bart to the Mission, and then we got onto the bus to take it down to the center. And you know, I love that it was like, of course, we traveled by, you know, public transportation to get to the opening. So that was a wonderful experience too. And I said, oh, we're going to be late. And well, of course,
it's part of the fun.
Yes. It was.
Let's see. So we do have a few questions.
Yay!
Yeah. So Betsy Davids asks, are there any dreams yet in your new project?
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
I think there might be. I had, there have been dreams where there's all these dreams of trying to get from one place to another, but it's really difficult to get to one place to another. And then I just had a dream where I was crawling down a 2x4 up in the air, and I got to the end of the 2x4 and I hit the ground. I didn't hurt myself, but I hit the ground. And now my dreams are getting into cars and going places.
Really?
So I'm just kind of tracking now the modes of transportation that my dreams are taking me on. And I think that those might come into something. Yeah, those are part of the, those are the background story that is starting to filter in, and yet I don't know where it might fit in yet.
Huh. That's awesome. Let's see. Pat Elmer asks, did you use all of the pictures that you did? Or I Promise Not to Get a Tattoo.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, those were, you know, the thing about this book is that it's really true to the day and the words that happened on those days. Now, I've done another book. I'm in the process of getting another book going. I have it sewn, but I'm doing, I'm working with a book designer to get it printed in editions. And that one, I've moved the text around to fit the self-portrait a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
So this, so like this one.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The self-portraits are changing.
Yeah.
And they're different. But then I also,
wow.
I wanted to find the text that fit the self-portrait the best. And this entire text for this book came during the night. And I had to wake up in the nighttime and write it all down.
Wow.
And when I thought I had it all written down, it still kept coming to me.
Wow.
And I went, okay, all right, I'll write the rest of it down. So then this is the new this is a new direction for my self-portraits, and for this time rearranging the text with the most appropriate kind of self-portrait.
There's a lot more color in that project than there is in this book, which is interesting.
Yes. Right. It's
on purpose, I'm sure.
Yes, it is. But you know, when you take it and then want to reproduce it, you know, on a bigger scale, those are different considerations too.
Right. Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
So I think we'll do one more question. Amy Pombo asks, besides recording notes about daily goings-on, do you have any other daily artistic rituals right now? Or can you speak a little bit about your day-to-day creative process?
One of the things that I'm doing on a daily basis right now is that I join a writing practice 9 o'clock every morning for a 5-minute meditation, a 20-minute prompt for writing, and then a poem is read after that. So I'm doing that you know, on a daily basis. This morning I was in my bathrobe when I was doing it, but I got there. And I find that that is another process right now of writing about COVID-19 and other things that are kind of going on. So that is my ritual for now. Yeah. And going out for a walk.
Yeah.
Gotta do that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think we'll end there because it's such a lovely way to wrap up this conversation, Catherine. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It's amazing.
And thank you for everyone who's been here, you know, and to ask questions and just to show up. And I wish everyone well during this time. And keep making art. Keep making art. It's going to
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll just say, to wrap up really quickly, I'll thank the audience for coming. Maureen and I really appreciate it. And we're thankful for the center for hosting this particular program for us. And I'll say that next week we'll be online at 7 to 7:30, and we'll be interviewing artist Sarah Bryant of Big Jump Press, and she'll be talking about her book, The Radiant Republic. So you can find all of those details online at the center's website, www.sfcb, as in boy, .org, under the events tab. So hopefully we'll see everybody next week, and we'll say goodbye for now. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.